seeing on tonight's show. Leo King, what are you doing here? Yeah, so you remember me, yeah? The guy that you've been trashing all over YouTube about not half a bell. Yeah, remember me, yeah? Right, so I'll just make it simple for you, and then, yeah, then make it simple for you, then. The belt is real, it's on its way, and I've got a very special purpose to send. Wait, just to confirm, Leo King, you've got an actual breakout championship belt.
Did you not listen?
Wow. Leo King's okay. Okay, I guess we'll find out in the not too distant future. Wow. Yeah.
Hello everyone, and yes, welcome to the second half of our 5-year anniversary celebrations right here on Wrestling Showdown on the W3L network. 1 week just wasn't enough to contain this half decade of W3L celebrations. Can you believe it's been 5 years of Showdown? Ah, fantastic, isn't it? So thank you so much whether you've watched one episode, whether you watched them all. It doesn't matter, your support does us proud. Thank you so much. And of course I hope you enjoyed last week's celebrations. Quite eventful, wasn't it? Lots going on, but you'll be pleased to know that I am back hosting this week, so normal service has been resumed. Now, let me quickly remind you that while we're celebrating 5 years of Showdown, we're going to be returning to some live action at the end of December. December 27th, we're in Broxbourne. December 28th, we are going to be in Galashiels. December 29th, we're going to be in Kinghorn, featuring all your W3L favourites, featuring Blondie Barrett making his return. Thank you to everyone that's putting that event on. I'll name the sponsors in just a bit. Crafty Corners, who of course sponsor every event this year. Thank you so much to them. We couldn't do it without them. And again, I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. But what a way to kick off. There's me trying to warm the crowd up for this week's episode. Out comes Leo King. Apparently he's got his championship belt situation sorted. I'm not entirely sure that's the case, but I guess we'll find out. But anyway, speaking of championship belts, it was a long, hard road. It took many years for Kevin Williams to finally raise singles gold, but he has won the Wrestling Showdown Championship, which I'm sure you saw back at Resolution. Now, what's going to happen? He has got a massive test ahead of him right here this week on our 5-year anniversary edition of Wrestling Showdown. He is facing the most dangerous, the most uncontrollable, the most violent professional wrestler that has ever set foot in the ring. I am talking about the Tormentor. Kevin Williams' reign may be about to come to an end. His career may be about to be shortened. Let's see what happens when we go down to ringside with the Wrestling Showdown Championship up for grabs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce welcoming you to the first of our 3 matches on the second part of our 5-year anniversary celebrations. And there you see the deadly Tormentor, that horrible mass visage, snatching the Wrestling Showdown Championship. Obviously Kevin Williams stood in the foreground. He is the champion, and he will not be relinquishing that without a fight. Tormentor just telling the referee this is going to be his. And wow! Gets waffled with the game over. The bell's barely just rung. And the Tormentor is reeling in. Hold on a second. Williams just go up for the Mega Driver. No, surely not. He plants the Tormentor with the Mega Driver, goes in for the cover, and wins the match. Record quick time here on Wrestling Showdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and still Wrestling Showdown champion, Kevin Williams!
This has to be some sort of record. Kevin Williams, still the champion.
A very determined Kevin Williams makes short work of the Tormentor and is still your Wrestling Showdown champion. And he will need to be aiming himself at our live events at the end of December. More on them in a bit. But what about championship belts? So the past few months we've heard from Leo King. He won the Breakout Championship back at Resolution 13. claimed it should be an active championship, tried to get an actual strap for it, went to W3L management, pestered them for it, and has done nothing moan and complain. He's insisted on defending this non-title in matches here on Showdown. We've seen people come in and challenge him specifically for it, and apparently now management have decided, okay, you want to be an active title? We'll make an active title. And so there is apparently a championship, and apparently there's going to be a presentation. So let's go down to ringside as we sort out just what's going to happen with the Breakout Championship.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you W3L for inviting me along here tonight to present this belt. I'm very fortunate that the winner of this belt, the Breakout Championship, was a lad, a youngster who I coached. He worked very hard. He spent 3 years learning this game. He's travelled all around the world. Apart from the UK, he's been to Italy and Florida. And he's been coached by some of the greatest coaches in this game. People like Matt Siddall, people like Marty Jones, John Moss, and Johnny Singh. They've all had a hand in training this guy. So it gives me great pleasure tonight to present the Breakout Championship belt, which was won recently, to my protege, Leo King. Well, Leo, this is the culmination of that tournament you're in, four-man tournament. You are now officially the W3L's Breakout Champion. It's my pleasure to award you this night.
Thanks, Coach. You know, I do hold this in high respect because this championship will be for the ones that bust their ass, the ones who put work in years into wrestling and never get anything out of it. This will represent the new generation of wrestlers. Unfortunately, I actually didn't want to do it here because it's, where are we? Glen Office? Sun City? Something like that? About that. Now, let's be honest, I mean, oh Jesus. What's your right hand, man? I was Becky quicker than DQ. So, do you know, I would have liked this as a celebratory thing, but it's not here. I mean, not from you lot, I mean,
That's just one thing I would say. Just one thing I'd like to say, Leo, I'm really impressed by your wrestling skills, but I'm not happy with your attitude with these people here tonight. And I really think you need to do something about that.
Well, okay, so Mr. King, you have your championship belt, the one that you wanted, and you now have to defend it in this next match. So let's bring out the challenger! Ladies and gentlemen, this match is going to be for the W3L Breakout Championship! Introducing first of all your challenger, he comes to us from Glen Office and weighs 224 pounds, Jace Jackson! And his opponent, he is from Aberdeen and weighs in at 180 pounds. This is the W3L Breakout Champion, Leo King!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordless, the second of 3 matches we have for you on this edition of our 5-year anniversary celebrations. Will this be as short as the previous one? Kevin Williams defeat the Tormentor in record time? I guess we're going to find out. So we have just seen Leo King be finally presented with a Breakout Championship belt as he charges at Jace Jackson, who's got hold of it and just firing on all cylinders. Jace Jackson, the hometown favourite right here, would like to get this match over with as quick as possible, and he trips Leo King. Good move by Jace, who's a house of fire here, and I think he needs to put the Breakout. Oh wait, goes for a cover. He's going to try and put it away early. Jace Jackson, this is only the second time we've seen him here in Showdown. We saw him last December in a Christmas Jumper Rumble, which also included Leo King, so we've tangled briefly. He also wrestled in Elgin last year. battling the Exile Luke Aldridge, who we'll be seeing next. Big chop to the chest of Leo King there. And still in his early 20s is Jace Jackson, and so he is hoping to become the new breakout champion, although has to be said he is battling a virus and is actually really ill today. But it goes to the covered as Leo King, but Jace Jackson was not going to give his opportunity up for anything. Hopefully he doesn't come to regret that, as Leo King remains to take the advantage. So King, we know that he won the Breakout Championship match at Resolution 13 at Lanier. He then demanded it should be an actual title, it should be an active championship. And we've seen him here on Showdown. He insisted on defending it against Roderick Jones back towards the end of September. And so he went to W3L management saying it should be a proper title and a belt for it, and they went, no, you're not going to get that. He tried to get money off a car by claiming to be champion, but of course couldn't prove it, as they had no way of proving he had no championship belt to show them. And so we then had him, as I'm sure you saw recently, go to a jeweller's to order his own championship belt. But in the interim, at the end of October, KJ Nitro came to W3L specifically to challenge Leo King for the Breakout Championship. He said, you want to defend that title? I'll face you for it. And of course it made W3L management think that maybe we could make another active championship. And it was Leo King's pestering, and of course his match against KJ Nitro, and they decided, okay, that's what we'll do, is he kicks the legs out of Jace Jackson and applies it a choke. And so Leo King's finally got the belt. We saw his mentor Len Ironside present it to him. You know, he's got a lot of skill but doesn't like his attitude. You've got to admire his abilities. He's locked Jace Jackson tightly in this choke, and Jace, I think, is fading. I said he was really ill. And yeah, the referee's calling for the bell, and Leo King has retained the title.
Ladies and gentlemen, winning the contest via submission, and still W3L Breakout Champion, Leo King.
So Leo King gets a championship belt and is successful in his first official defence.
Leo King not only receives the championship belt that he's been demanding for the past few months, but manages to retain it in his first, I guess, official defence over Jace Jackson. I suppose congratulations are to Leo King. Just goes to show that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Now, it's time for our feature confrontation here on the second part of our 5-year anniversary celebrations. And what better match to have? On one side of the ring, we've got the Exile Luke Aldridge, a man who frankly has probably changed the most over the past 5 years. If you remember his clean-cut, baby-faced look as Lucian Maynard Smith, seeing him these days as the Exile, it's like night and day. And he's taking on a man who certainly established himself here in W3L, who kicked the door down and became W3L Heavyweight Champion in rather controversial fashion. I'm talking about Joe E. Legend. This promises to be a titanic heavyweight clash. It's what I certainly want to see. So let's not delay any further. Let's get down to ringside as Luke Aldridge faces Joe E. Legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing your first participant from the Wirral Peninsula and weighing in at 18 stone. This is the Exile Luke Aldridge. And introducing his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 252 pounds, Joe E. Legend!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Forders, who with the last match of this edition of Showdown, last match of our 5-year anniversary celebrations. It seems quite appropriate that these two men would be part of that match, part of the celebration. You've got Joe E. Legend, well tenured veteran, world travel star, The man who's gone on to become one of the most popular wrestlers in W3L, but certainly was one of the most despised, certainly made the biggest impact when he first appeared here in W3L Wrestling Showdown in June of 2015 is when we first saw Joey Legend. And he's taken over Luke Aldridge. I think he's had the biggest change over the past 5 years of Wrestling Showdown. And as you may remember, he first appeared on episode 3 of Wrestling Showdown. Back then he was known as Lucian Maynard Smith. He'd already wrestled elsewhere under a different name, but he came to W3L and he dug into his snobby side, really his heritage, his roots, call it what you will. How much that is accurate was still up for debate. But he was a nobleman, he looked down on everybody, he was better than everyone. And he was young and he was finding himself. And he did alright for himself with a couple of heavyweight championship opportunities quite early on, faced mainly the top W3L stars, but never really had a focus in any way. He just was wrestling whoever, whenever. At the end of January in 2015, we saw the first edition of the House of Smith. He would bring out his apparently antique furniture and interview various members of the W3L roster, and there were so many situations. How many times did it come to blows? How many times did people attack others when they were there? And the House of Smith, they're all on the W3L network. You can find the playlist for them if you so wish. I see backs Legend in the corner here. So at Resolution 10, Lucian Maynard Smith became one half of the tag team champions. He's trying to hide away from his blow from Joey Legend. Referee saying closed fists are not advisable. They are, however, legal in W3L. So a 3-month reign Smith had as part of the tag team champions. But then he would lose the titles. He would begin to refocus. He changed his name. He became Luke Aldridge. As an interesting note, these two men have wrestled once before here in W3L. That was in November of 2017 down in Breakout Championship, and that was the very first match that Aldridge called himself Luke Aldridge. So his first match as that was against Legend. It seems quite appropriate they're facing here on a 5-year anniversary in the Showdown as they're trapped in the corner. And Aldridge changed his name, changed his focus, grew his hair, grew his beard, and it's almost like he underwent a metamorphosis, if you like, became a new man, and he really refocused himself. If you remember, he sought guidance from the genius Lanny Poffo, of all people, and used that guidance to help him defeat former Impact Wrestling star and his former NWA World Tag Team Champion Bram back at Resolution 12, one of the biggest victories of Aldridge's career, and he's been getting better and better with every single step. Won the Wrestling Showdown Championship back in March, beating Taylor Bryden. Of course, at Resolution 13 he dropped to Kevin Williams. Aldridge is now looking at what he's going to do next. I think maybe the Heavyweight Championship is in his sights, and frankly I think he's got all the tools to do it. He has got better and better over the past 5 years. If you talk about growth, this Legend is boxing right now. You watch the archives, again there's playlists for every single year. Watch every Luke Aldridge match. There's one of just his matches, a playlist just there. You will see a man mature, find himself, grow and improve. And the scary part is, he's not finished improving. Aldridge will only get better as time goes on. He's also only going to get a couple of black eyes as he gets bounced off these turnbuckle pads. I think I said before, there's not a lot of padding and it is a thick metal hook underneath them. And Joey Legend knows how to use this ring to his advantage. I'm sure if you've watched over the past 5 years of Showdown, you'll know exactly what I am talking about. He's back in June 2015, like I said. He debuted in W3L battling Mike Musso in a tremendous contest. Really established himself here in W3L. He then would win the Heavyweight Championship, beating then champion Nathan Reynolds in a 4-way elimination match. And he said about what he did and his actions, particularly against our ring announcer Stevie Wizard during that match, the better. I know he doesn't particularly like being reminded of it. In fact, either man doesn't particularly like to be reminded of it. But 10.5 months, Legend reigned as the heavyweight champion. and he defended against likes of Reynolds, Musso, loads of others. And how many of those matches ended disqualifications? How many injuries? We saw a referee get driven through a table. His first night on the job, never to be seen again. He left W3L, never came back. I mean, so much happened during Legends' reign of tyranny as the heavyweight champion. He would lose the heavyweight championship in October of 2016 here on Showdown, losing it back to Nathan Reynolds. He's setting up for something, and he just clotheslines Aldridge. He's using those ropes to hold himself up. And it was the following year when Legend ended up encountering Tim Wiley, and it's like he had a change of heart. It's like he maybe realised that perhaps having the crowd on his side wasn't that bad a thing. Maybe he realised that injuring people and being such a horrible person as he undoubtedly was, maybe isn't the way to go. And so at our 200th event held in the office halls in the office, he teamed up with Mike Musso to take on Dickie Divers and Taylor Bryden. And there were still issues, if you've been pulled in the way there, there's still issues between the two as Aldridge takes advantage. Cunning move by the Exile. He's not a man to be underestimated. Musso couldn't trust Legend, who claimed that he would be an honourable man, and Musso didn't fully trust him. But during that match, Legend sacrificed himself for Mike Musso, as I'm sure you all saw if you've seen that match. And as a consequence of that, Musso realised he could trust him, and Legend has proven that his deeds he's turned over a new leaf. He's become more friendly, plays by the rules. The audience absolutely loves him. If you get a chance to interact with Julie Legend, particularly during intermissions, please do. It's so much fun. Everybody loves it. And so he faced Tim Wiley at Restoration 11, just establishing that yes, he was on the side of the Angels. Because last year he reached the finals of 7 Deadly Sins, no easy task. I saw him battling the very good Mr. Yuji Maki earlier this year. Of course, he was here in Showdown just 2 weeks ago, answering Leo King's Open Challenge. He's caught in a bad position as the Exile dropping those elbows. And so it's really a tale of two different men here. Legend, the multi-decade veteran, the world traveller, came to WTL, throwing his weight around and ended up being humbled somewhat and gaining some humility. And Luke Aldridge, who started out as a young man trying to find himself, who has matured and has now realised that the way to go is to do what he wants the way he wants to do it. And so we'll see whose way is the best of the two. We feel like heavyweight wrestling. This is the match for you, two big men. Aldridge going for the cover. But Legend still kicking out. Legend standing 6'1", weighing 252 pounds. He's a big man. Again, he's been there by now. 1992 he debuted. He's wrestled around 50 countries, or certainly the better part of. I know how much he loves coming to Scotland, how much he loves being part of W3L. And he's reeling as Aldridge continues his assault. He's got this in the bag, he says. Vertical suplex attempt coming up. But Legend just lowering his centre of gravity, blocking it. And a reversal, and with authority. You see the way that Aldridge bounced across the ring. He landed off the back of that suplex and skidded away by a good foot or more from Joey Legend. He's now getting a second wind. Aldridge no small man either, 18 stone. He's easily like 6'1", 6'2" as well. Oh, spinning kick, lovely move. It's the thing about Aldridge is over the years he has diversified his moveset. He goes for cover again. Some of the moves he used as Lucian Maynard Smith he's kind of got rid of, replaced with newer ones. Just driving these elbows in. He likes to use a lot of them. He likes to use just a blatant choke. He likes that methodical pace. He likes that slower style, does Luke Aldridge, so he can control the tempo of the match. And it worked for him, like I say, former tag team champion, former wrestling showdown champion as well. Knew that as the heavyweight in his sights. We'll go for here. Vertical suplex will be successful. And it is this time. And immediately in for a cover. Floats right across, is not going to allow Joey Legend the luxury of having a few moments to recover. Drops them right in the ribs. Because Legend wrestles regularly all overseas. And you've got to think that these constant matches, because I mean he wrestles nearly every single weekend it seems, that combined with the fact that he travels a lot. Oh, and he's caught him. He's locked him in the grudge. It's one of his newer moves that Luke Aldridge has been applying. And will this be enough to take out Joey Legend? I'm not sure. I was going to say that he obviously travels a lot, spends a lot of time on trains or on airplanes or in cars. And a lot of travelling can wear you down. You're stuck in the same position for a long time. And that has to have a contributory effect over the years, right? Legend fighting out. And I'm sure there's not a lot that Aldridge can do to him that Legend hasn't had done. Like one body slam is much like another, one clothesline is much like another. Doesn't mean they won't hurt, doesn't mean they won't potentially cause you to lose. But Legend must have some idea, when you've been wrestling since 1992, of what his opponent is going to employ against him. You must get like a sixth sense, I would imagine, be able to almost see things coming. And Aldridge is going to have to bust out something completely new. Again, they have wrestled once before, but that was a long time back. That was the formative Aldridge, and now he has become much more complete, more rounded Aldridge. Butterfly suplex, and throwing Legend around with ease. He goes to the cover yet again. Like I say, Joey Legend is not a small man. Aldridge arguing with the audience here, but he's throwing Legend about with ease.
Aldridge, who do you think you are, right?
Wow, all he's done is annoy Joey Legend, who is teeing off on him. You don't want to badmouth this man, considering all he's done in W3L, considering the people that he caused to be taken away on stretchers. Oh, set up the stone cutter that Leo King 2 weeks ago. Aldridge has it scouted, gets out of it, and down to his knees goes Joey Legend and just crumples down. Guess at some point all the punishment catches up to you. Oh, just taking 1 or 2. Saying what to do next, and drops the knee. Well, he hooks a leg, but not as strong a cover as it might there otherwise have been. Joey Legend feeding off this audience. That's one of the things he has benefited from over the past couple of years in W3L, and you see it. They want him to win. They don't like Aldridge because frankly his attitude does not endear him to an audience, and they want Legend to do well because they do like this guy. He's a down deep, he's actually a decent man. He's a beloved family man. He dotes on his family, dotes on his kids, and the audience can sense that. It comes out of him, radiates out of him. Yes, when he came to W3L, he did what he felt he had to do to be a success, to establish himself. Because coming into W3L and being a success early on is not an easy task. And Legend felt that by injuring people, by shortcutting, that was the way to do it, but he's seen the error of his ways. Maybe Aldridge will one day as well, who knows. I mean, the very good Mr. Yuji Maki, whoever thought would be cheering him, but they are now. Headbutt by Luke Aldridge. Right, oh no, reversal by Joey Legend. It's Aldridge that hits the corner. I think they may have bumped heads there. Wow, what a clothesline. Legend threw everything into it. They collided head first in the corner, both men reeling, but Legend had enough presence of mind to throw what he had behind that clothesline. And that's one of his better moves. He does that quite a lot. And he took down Aldridge. And now it's a war of attrition. As the referee counts who'll be the first person to get back to their feet. Will either man get back to his feet? Legend pulling himself up by the ropes. Aldridge slow to follow up, but he's up now. And Legend blocking these shots from Aldridge. These solid hands, Joey Legend. He's been hitting people for decades. He knows how to do it. He knows where to place those blows. Those palm strikes to the top of the skull, they disorientate you. And he catches you on the temple as well. And your vision blurs the way he smacks you every single shot. And you see Aldridge, he's out on his feet. And one blow right to the middle of the forehead. And down he goes. And that leaves Joey Legend in prime position for one of his favourite moves. We all know it's going to be the oh my god elbow drop right to the point of the head that he's just smashed Aldridge in with the flat of the palm. A cover, will this match be over? Not yet. Legend sometimes gets a little overconfident, doesn't put a lot of weight on the shoulders. Aldridge took advantage of that. Stone cutter again, but once more Aldridge out of it, but runs at the boots of Joey Legend. And there's the stone cutter. And straight in for a cover. But Aldridge powering out. Again, Luke Aldridge, arguably the most improved man over the past 5 years here in Showdown. He's been around since the start of these episodes. He's still here and he's better than ever. Yes, other people have as well. Kevin Williams was here. The very good Mr. Eugene Mackey was here. Mike Musso was here. And someone like Craig Stevens came along not long after. They've all improved in their own way, but Aldridge has been here virtually without a break of any kind, apart from a break for injury early in the year when he had a burst eardrum. As he goes to the cover after hitting the discuss elbow, and it's not the move everyone's talking about this time. Hit that forearm and down went Joey Legend. And Aldridge, the frustration getting the better of him. It's not a wise move. Remember, this is the building he defeated Bram in a match everybody thought he was losing it. They thought Bram's going to come in, you know, former Impact Wrestling star. He was in WWE developmental for a while. He's been there, he's done that. They figured he was going to come in and beat Aldridge, and he didn't. He lost. And the genius Lanny Poffo helped with the strategy. Oh, spinning kick set too early though. Let's go for the hospital job. And he does. Changes position, and Joey Legend plants Luke Aldridge with the hospital job. Will this be enough? Yes, it is. Joey Legend beats the Exile.
Ladies and here's the winner, Joey Legend!
What a way, ladies and gentlemen, to end our 5-year anniversary celebrations here on Wrestling Showdown.
That victory by Joey Legend pretty much wraps up our 5-year anniversary celebrations. But don't worry, we are here every single week on the W3L network. Every Sunday at 12 PM, you get a new episode of Wrestling Showdown. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. You really should. And of course, come and see us live, because nothing beats seeing us live. We've got 3 opportunities at the end of this month. December the 27th, we're in Broxburn. December the 28th, we're in Galashield. December the 29th, we're going to be in Kinghorn. All your W3L favourites, alongside former W3L Heavyweight Champion and W3L Hall of Famer Blondie Barrett. What will happen? Who will he be facing? You'll find it in the weeks to come. And so, thank you to everyone that's sponsoring these events. White Autotech, Blacks of Stitchell, Bulk Weld, Archway Cabs, Wise's Convenience Store, and of course the amazing Crafty Connoisseur, the latter of whom have sponsored every W3L event this year. Thank you so much to every sponsor we've had. It's been amazing. Come out and see us. Get your tickets from our website, w3lwrestling.com. Buy them there. Send them to the mailing list as well. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram. Subscribe to this channel, as I've said 100 times already. Use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown to tell us who you want to see at these post-Christmas events. Who should Blondie Barrett face? Who should Mike Musso's next challenger? Get in touch and let us know. And on a personal note, I want to say thank you to everybody that has made Wrestling Showdown happen over the past 5 years. everybody that's wrestled on the show, whether they've appeared in one match, whether they've appeared in loads of matches, doesn't matter. To everybody that's watched these episodes, whether you've watched one, whether you watch regularly, whether you subscribed or not, and frankly you should, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much to everybody behind the scenes that's helped contribute. Thank you so much. We set up Wrestling Showdown so no matter where you were, whether you're up north like Wicker Dingle, whether you're way down like the guys in Todmorden, or all points in between, you could follow W3L and see us every single week. And so because of that, we hope we've brought some excitement and enjoyment in your life. Every Sunday at 12 PM we are here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. Thanks for coming and seeing us live. But yeah, 5 years of Wrestling Showdown and we're only getting started. I don't think this juggernaut is going to stop at any point soon. Maybe we'll be here in another 5 years. Who can say? But again, thank you for all your support over the years. And thank you for watching every single week here on Wrestling Showdown.